Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel here at youtube.com/Mithrie, and I'm just doing another thank you video and also introduction to my channel. Thank you for all the subscribers, now at 3,225 subs, 667,000 views. It's progressed quicker than I could ever have dreamed. I really appreciate all the support. I also really appreciate all the positive comments, all the positive feedback to the channel, to the videos and so on. And I just wanted to give you an insight into a recent rework I did to the channel as well. And as always, hello from Mithrie, my character in the game. And I just wanted to answer a couple of questions which I get quite a lot, quite often. So I did make a video explaining where the name Mithrie came from. And I'll link that in the description as well in case you're interested to watch it. But also as well, you know, people ask me all the time, so you're a dude with a really deep husky voice, why am I playing a female character? And it's because basically I like to just have a pretty character on my screen all day. I don't really want to be staring at a man. And the thing is as well is that when I was playing Final Fantasy XI, I was the Mithra race because the Mithras were the best thieves. You know, you couldn't get a race which had higher dex than Mithras. And in Final Fantasy XI, the Mithras were only female. There wasn't such a thing as a male Mithra. So, at least not in the game. I mean, in the lore there was, because obviously, you know, how did they reproduce? But they didn't have them as a playable character in the game. So, Mithrie kind of stuck with me as my MMO character for the last 10 plus years. And it's just nice having her in an HD format. And I wanted to give a bit more insight into me as a person. So I am 29 years old, almost 30 years old. I live in London, UK, maybe you can tell from my accent. And I have a full-time job. I work 9 to 5. Actually, these days it's more like I work 9 to like 7. Because right in the middle of London, so it takes a while for me to get home. And I still find the time to make videos and do things for YouTube, play some games. At the moment, Final Fantasy XIV is the only game I'm playing because I don't really have time for anything else. I also as well go to the gym, keep myself in shape, keep myself healthy to a degree. You know, you won't see any blazing muscles or six-pack, you know, anywhere just yet, but maybe eventually. And I also wanted to give an insight into the theme of Mithrie. You know, you see a lot of purple on my gear, on her hair, on her hairstyle, and a lot of the reason why is because I want to show you let's say a decoration I have next to my bed when I sleep, and it's always there with me constantly. So one sec. So here we are. What I have next to my bed at all times, if I can just look a bit closer, try and get rid of this glare, is this picture, which you could have received if you bought the collector's edition of Final Fantasy XIII originally, and also this hand drawn picture of Riku from Final Fantasy X. So let me just get a bit closer on that one. So this was actually one of the let's say concept designs of Riku, and my sister actually traced it for me just so I have, like, you know, I can pretend it's an original collector's piece even though it really isn't. It's just my sister's work, and I had it framed just because she did a completely awesome job of drawing it for me, tracing it for me, coloring it in. So yeah, and then in my room, this is my setup. I've got my two screens right here. This is how I play and also record. And I got my purple room. You know, so purple is my color. I don't know why. I just like it. So, and I will also as well put into my description my PC spec as well. It's a custom-made machine. Built it myself, and it's not the latest and greatest or anything like that. I'm not a like computer nerd or anything like that. I'm not like, I won't put any custom parts and expensive overclocking and whatever, you know. I just, it does what I need to play the game, so, and play it well, so I can play the game at 1080p and I'm more than happy with it. So basically, now what I want to do is show you as well a change I've made to my YouTube channel. So, one sec. Okay, here we go. So now, one thing I spent a while doing it, maybe over the last week, is updating the way I've named my videos and the naming conventions, and I just wanted to explain to you how it will help you if you view my videos, because I've now, this video that as we're recording is technically like episode 442, and it's also my 450th video for YouTube. And basically, I know that people can't really be bothered to search through 400 videos to find what I've made, so I just wanted to quickly explain how it progresses, how it all works. So the titles I've done is obviously FFXIV for Final Fantasy 14, the patch number, so we're currently on patch 2.4, or actually we're actually on patch 2.41, which is how this video will be labeled. The episode number, so that 0441 is just the episode number, just for my own reference, so I can say this is how many videos I've made, this is how much time I've put into Final Fantasy 14, and then just the title of the video. So I've shortened it. It used to be a lot longer before. All the videos before used to start with FFXIV, A Realm Reborn, but now I've really shortened it. And the benefit of this is that you can see the progression over time. So what that means is that if you were to find one of my really old videos from, like, say, patch 2.0 or something, and you wonder, is the quality of the video good, or is the content even relevant anymore, and so on, then you'll be able to see immediately that actually no, it's an old video because it's from an old patch, so it's likely out of date. And I have a whole bunch of playlists, so obviously my latest uploads you can always see up here, and obviously in the upload section. My popular videos, it's just an order of my most popular videos. And I did make a couple of videos about Diablo, but it's not a game I play anymore. And then this is a very interesting one for a lot of my viewers, my professions and gathering guides, because I have a lot of videos about gathering, and my attitude towards gathering and crafting is basically that you can't be an expert on your own. You have to seek advice. You have to seek, or you have to. You don't have to, but I mean, you could just take opinions from other players. You know, you don't have to work it all out by yourself. So in my case, for example, when I got to 3-star and later, I found it very difficult to make up my own rotations and stuff like that. So I just started reading Reddit and the official forums and seeing what they did and just adapting it to myself. And I did make videos about that, but I will never steal credit for that, you know. So anytime I have effectively borrowed a strategy from another player, I have linked in the description exactly where I got it from. And the crafting videos go all the way back to 2-star, you know, so if you really look through the playlist, you'll see everything from low-level crafting, how to get to level 50, to 2-star, 3-star, 4-star crafting rotations, and so on. A couple of power leveling guides about desynthing, and so on. So this is a really good one to check out if you have any interest in crafting or gathering. Now next we have the main scenario playlist. Now this playlist is literally the entire story mode of the game, including all of the additional story quests that were added into patches 2.1, 2, 3 and 4, and they are labeled as such, so you can quickly see which patch each story belongs to. And the way I've labeled these as well is basically whichever quest the video starts on in the chain is the name of the video. So when it says, for example, Traitor in the Mist, that's the name of the quest where I start, and then Strength and Unity, Snowcloak, and so on. That's exactly the quest. So if you see a whole list, if you can find it on online on a wiki or something, all the quests, then just check the name, and then you'll see how far into the quest line these videos are. Now, moving on, we have dungeons and raids. These are all the dungeons and raids I've encountered in the game so far. I have done up to, I've done and including up to turn 8. I haven't done turn 9 or any of Final Coil. I am definitely not a raider. It's not my thing. I do want to get it done eventually, for the sake of the story, but it is not my goal. You know, I'm not after World First or anything. I don't have the time for that with my full-time job. I can't fit any schedules, so eventually again I'm done. They're adding the echo buff to second call now as well, so you know I will get it done and record it and so on, but purely from a Let's Play point of view, definitely not a guide point of view. And then I have all of the Relic Reborn. Now, I finished a Relic Reborn in every single class except for Ninja, and I'm also on the Nexus part of the Bard Relic quest. Now, one thing I have done, if we quickly go to one of the videos, one sec. I have to go to one of the older videos, obviously, one second. So let's see, for example, Monk Relic Hydra. So let's click on that. Sorry, let's try not to play adverts in the middle of the video. And one thing I have done in all of these descriptions from every other Relic video is I've linked to its equivalent for the other class. So for example, for the Hydra, you know, part of the quest, you can just click on any of these links and it will take you directly back to that part of the Relic Reborn quest. So like I said, I've done them all except for Ninja. So if you want to see it from every single class's point of view, just click on the link and you can get there. And like I said, I've done that for every part of a Relic Reborn. So if you're curious in seeing a Relic Reborn as every class but Ninja, then feel free. It is my intention to do Ninja. It's just when I find the time to get that far and level it to 50 and so on. So if we go back to my channel, okay, now let's see. Another playlist I have is 60-second guides. So you might find these useful. Like very often I get the question, how did I make my bags display like they did, you know, with all the 4 bags open at once? And the video's right there. 60-second guide, expand your bags. And you can also do the same for your retainers. So, and then I've got 60-second guides about just various random things, like about my 2-star rotations and so on. So you can check those out, selling items quickly on the market board and so on. And let's see, other games, you know, that I've had a look at, like Diablo 3 and Thief and stuff like that. Nothing too special, because I do love Final Fantasy 14 a bit too much, so I haven't really spent that much time on it. And then here I have all the job quests that I've encountered so far. And in most cases, for most of the classes, that means basically all of the job quests from 30 to 50, and then all of a Relic Reborn. And I'm also working on that, like I said, for Ninja. And for Bard, all the way up until the unlocking the Nexus quest. And then, now one thing I have done, now this might be an interest to you, is I've organized all of the patches right here. So you can see all of the videos for each patch. So you can see progression on my channel. So rather than going through 400 and something videos all at once, you can check these patch playlists right at the bottom of the channel, and you can just see what videos and what content was relevant to each patch branch, let's say. So I did all the 2.1s here, all the 2.2s here, 2.3s, and all the 2.4s will go here and so on. And the reason I've done it that way as well is to keep it consistent for when the expansion comes out. So obviously the expansion will just be the 3.0 series. So if you're curious to see what content was available in which patches, if you're new to the game, if you came in part way, then you can look back through here. And like I said, every single video is labeled. So I did spend really a lot of time and labeled every single video with their patch number. So, okay, going back to me. Okay, cool. Here we are. Now, the thing is with my channel is that it's not big enough just yet for me to become this unavailable YouTuber who never answers any messages. If you post a comment on any of my videos, I will reply. If you keep it positive, I will reply. If you have any questions, I will answer. If you flame or if you troll or whatever, you just get an instant ban. That's like as simple as that. So I keep the channel really is drama free, because really the community in Final Fantasy is very different to other games. I mean, when you compare it to, like, for example, the WoW community, because I did play WoW for 8 years, there is a lot of trolls in the Blizzard community. They're really rude most of the time. Not all of them, but a lot of them are, especially one of the ones I've experienced with. Like, I actually had to disable the comments on my Diablo videos because of the sheer amount of just childishness and hatred. So I thought, whatever, I'm done with Blizzard games. And but you'll see that the Final Fantasy community is very, very different. People are really nice to each other. They really help you out in game as well. And I really do just love everything about A Realm Reborn. I really do. I'm kind of we can say almost obsessed. Let's say, no, not really. Now, the thing for me as well is that I really do appreciate all the help, because it really just helps me out so much in my gameplay. People give me a lot of great advice on how to do certain things in the game, and I really try and my best to just share that with everyone else, because it's not all for me. It's like, and as well, like, I do sometimes just give out strategies and tips for how to make lots of money in the game and stuff like that, because I don't need to be the richest guy in 14. I don't need to keep all these hidden strategies or whatever. As long as I can repair my own gear and teleport everywhere, I'm fine. So if there are other methods that might benefit other players, I just share them, because the game, it is an MMO. MMO means massively multiplayer game. It's about the players. It's not about the stuff in the game, really. I mean, the lore is great and stuff, but it's about really the people you meet. If this was a huge single player game, I would have quit a long time ago. I really do stay for the players. Now, one thing as well, I want to really give another thank you to the person who bought me my Blue Yeti microphone. This microphone I'm using right now, and I've been using for a long time now, was actually bought for me by one of my viewers. So thank you very, very much. I will link the thank you video in the description as well. And I've been doing this now for just over a year, obviously, since the run Reborn came out, and I'm hopefully going to keep doing it. Final Fantasy 14 for me it is now the game I play. There is nothing else that has my interest. And I was keeping an eye close for the other big game releases, really, like Destiny and GTA 5 and whatever, and I might eventually play another game eventually. But I mean, the games I'm thinking about are more like Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15 and maybe the Final Fantasy 7 remake and Final Fantasy Type 0, but it's all the sort of Square Enix fantasy RPG. That is really what keeps my interest, and it has done for, well, most of the last many years. So yeah, so anyway, that's basically it for this video. If you've been a fan of my channel from the beginning, thank you very much. I do see the regular people always messaging me on the channel, so thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate it. And I did get a couple of requests as well to open a PayPal donations thing, because if you think a year worth of videos is worth $5, go for it. It's like, it is money that I will then just put straight back into the channel. Like, so for example, one thing I've been hoping to get my hands on eventually is an Elgato gaming HD device, so I can record from PlayStation 3, but that is kind of expensive, and I have debts to pay off at the moment, which is where all my money from my job is going from. And all the rest of my money I spent upgrading my PC and getting it ready so I can do the YouTube thing. And I'm always having to, with so many episodes, you can imagine how much hard drive space I'm eating up at the moment as well. So yeah, if you want to donate to the channel, please feel free. I would really appreciate it very much. And I've also put the link to the PayPal link on the description, and also on my channel itself. So if you want to support me, feel free. And the other question I get basically is, why don't I live stream more? And the main reason is literally just time limitations. I might try to do a schedule over like a weekend or something, but I really I'm so busy, with my personal life and so on, that most days I might actually just get on, play the game, might record a video, upload it, and then go to bed. Like, my days are really so intense at the moment. So anyway, that's me. That's Mithrie. That's a real Mithrie, the guy behind the character. I am not the expert of 14. I am not the alpha and the omega. I'm definitely not. I'm just a player who shares all the information I get my hands on, and I hope you appreciate the way I do things. And the last note really about my channel is that a lot of people tend to say that some of the videos are quite long. The videos on my channel are Let's Plays. What that means is my experience of playing the game. It's not guides. I mean, there are guides on the channel, don't get me wrong, and all those videos which are guides have the word guide in the title. but the purpose of the channel is only to share my experience so that people can take from it what they want. You know, they can follow my way of doing things, they can take bits of it and do it themselves, they can ignore me completely and whatever, but it's like, that is the purpose of my channel, is only to share my experience, and hopefully it'll be useful for people. It obviously has been useful for some, given the what for me is a really overwhelming support for my channel. So yeah, so anyway, that's it from me, and that's it from Mithrie. I guess Mithrie's kind of bored just standing here looking at me like, why didn't he just shut up? And but anyway, that's it from me, and thank you for watching. I hope you like my channel. Please subscribe, please tell your friends if they haven't seen it. So many Final Fantasy XIV videos around Reborn. Thank you to Yoshida, really. It's been an amazing experience for me, because I do still remember what 1.0 was like at launch. So this is like worlds away from there. And yeah, that's it. So final goodbye, maybe my third or fourth of this video. Goodbye from me, goodbye from Mithrie, and thank you for all the support. Goodbye.